Hi, this is Terry Gibbs. If you guys are paying attention, you notice that every Tuesday night I add another video about eBay or buying and selling toy trains. And tonight I want to talk to you about another common eBay scam. And this is, and I'm going to show you some things that I saw over the years or had happened to me. Years ago, I sold one of these little submarines, and it would have been on a flat car, a blue one, but all I have is a red because it wasn't there. And the guy got the car and sent me a really nasty email, which we know that when the buyer sends a really long, nasty, aggressive email, it means he's probably scamming. And that's just a personal observation. And the PayPal people are taught to look for that. So if your buyer is really aggressive, he's probably doing it. But anyway, I sold this submarine on a blue flat car. It would have looked like this, but a blue flat car, and it was like $25. And when the guy got it, he sent me a real nasty message about how I had lied about it being warped. And what he said was, see how it sits on the table? It's flat. This is what the photo showed. Well, I guess he'd like heat it up in water and twisted it or something so it would do that. I have no idea how he did it. And so he ended up sending it back, but the nose piece that goes on here was gone. And then there should be two rudders on here, so it would go up and down and back and forth, little blade-like things, like a back of a plane would have, like these on the plane. And they weren't on there. And when I sent the guy a message saying, hey, there's pieces missing off of it, the guy sent me a message back saying, oh, those aren't important, it's not material. Well, to eBay it was, and I ended up keeping the money and the submarine. The car he'd ruined, so I threw it out. Another time I sold an engine like this, all right? And this is a fairly nice engine. It's a 675 by Lionel. This would be the first version because it says 675 here. The more common version just has a decal there for Pennsylvania. But anyway, I sold one of these to a guy. He got it. He sent me a picture of this little piece broken off. This is called a marker light. And so I had him send it back. Well, when he sent it back, this whole piece right here, what he had done was he had taken this piece off of his that he had broken and replaced it onto mine and then sent it back. And that's a common substitution. What they're doing is they're taking a good piece because this affects the value heavily. And you can see with these, see these? Lionel made a whole series of these flat cars with these marine trucks on them. And these trucks are original trucks, but the pieces on top, I don't know if you can tell, but these pieces on top, the gray plastic is different. These are reproduction pieces that have been stuck on the original trucks because the part that was there is broken, right? So it's basically somebody switched these out. Now, I bought these from a guy who bought this on eBay as an original. So he got screwed because he got something that wasn't completely original. Another common thing that you see people doing are with these automobiles, right? Lionel made a bunch of different cars with automobiles on them, and they made cars with boats on them, and they made cars with airplanes like this and helicopters. And people would buy the car like that and then take the good car off, which neither of these cars is any good, but say you got this one, that's a little better because it's yellow or cream. And they'd take that off and they'd put a reproduction car on there and send it back. or with the little short ones like this. This is in the these are in the 60s, and you see they have gray bumpers versus the earlier chrome bumpers. They're getting real cheap as they go on in the 60s. So these in the 60s, they made these cars with the gray bumpers, and here's two of them, and they came on little short flat cars. And there's two colors of these that are very rare, which you can buy a reproduction for about $10. The original car would be worth $100, and those would be the green. It's like a Kelly green color, and the other one would be a chocolate brown. And I don't have those because I don't collect those trains. I just have these to play with, and whenever I get one, I sell it. But with all of these things, people would buy them and they would take their original or their reproduction and put it back on and send it back. You know, here's another example similar to the boiler front on this is these cars like this. This one's broken back here, but it's very common to have these break off. The insulators, right? Here, I'll turn around. And it'll be like this. So if you play with the car, you'll break the insulator off. So if you still have the insulator, you can then go on eBay, buy a car, right? And then it's just two screws on the bottom, put your transformer with your broken insulator onto their flat car and send it back, right? So one of the things that I say to all the people I teach about eBay is if the people don't have the broken part, don't take it back. You know, if the guy isn't showing you this broken thing, marker light, then maybe it didn't break off when you shipped it to them, because that's a common ploy that people will do. So there's a couple of examples of harvesting and substitution. And these are basically just scammers trying to take advantage of them. I hear that in the automotive parts in business that a lot of used parts come back with people having stripped things off that they wanted. So it's common in that. It's also common in the videos and all kinds of electronics. People buy an old VCR, and then when they get it, they complain, hey, there's no remote in here. Well, that's what they wanted, the remote, because a used remote can be $100, $75. So they'll buy the whole thing and then say, oh, you didn't mail me the remote. So those are some things for you to look at. And every Tuesday, I'll have one of these videos about eBay. You can get my books, How to Sell Antiques and Collectibles on eBay, and How to Write Descriptions That Sell. And they're available right now on Amazon. There's a link in the description. And I'm continuing to work on this one, which is my how to get a constant stream of people to call you on the phone and sell you their old toy trains, which works for all kinds of antiques and collectibles. If you got a story about somebody substituting something or trying to scam you on eBay, go ahead and post it in the comments. If you'd like to know how to do something related to trains or eBay, buying and selling antiques and collectibles, post a note in the comments. I read all of those. And if it's something interesting, I'll do an issue on that. Thanks for watching.